It's such a simple word, yet the most dangerous one. Trust is what makes us close our eyes and believe in someone even when the truth is screaming at us to run. I trusted Emily with everything: my heart, my soul, my future. We were married for 5 years. 5 years of laughter, warmth, and the illusion of forever. Emily was my calm in chaos, the one person who could silence the noise inside me. Or so I thought. It all started changing when she began working late. At first, I didn't question it. I mean, marriages survive on trust, right? But soon, the little things began to whisper doubt. Her perfume changed. Her phone stayed locked. And her eyes? Her eyes couldn't meet mine anymore. One night, while she was in the shower, her phone buzzed. I never snooped before, never had to. But something in me just broke. The message was from a number saved as Evan Project Led. It said, "Last night was unforgettable. I can still taste your lipstick." My hands went cold. I felt my chest tighten, my world blur. When she came out of the bathroom, I just stared at her. She smiled, kissed my forehead, and went to bed like nothing happened. I couldn't sleep that night. My mind kept replaying those words. The next morning, I confronted her. She laughed nervously, said it was a prank, a joke between colleagues. I wanted to believe her God. I needed to believe her. But her voice cracked on the word joke. Days turned into weeks. Distance grew between us, invisible walls built from unspoken words. I tried to save us. Counseling, conversations, even silence. Nothing worked. She started staying out late, saying she was working overtime. One night, I followed her. She drove to a quiet street, parked near an old apartment complex. I waited. My heart was racing. After 10 minutes, I saw her walking out of the building with a man. He touched her arm gently, whispered something, and she smiled, that same smile she once saved only for me. I didn't confront her. I just broke. That night, I packed a small bag. No fight, no yelling, no tears, just quiet acceptance. I left the divorce papers on the kitchen table with a note that said, "You don't have to explain. I just hope he makes you happy." Then I vanished. I moved across the country, changed jobs, rented a small apartment under a different name. I wanted to forget, to erase every trace of the man I used to be. But forgetting her was impossible. Every song, every scent, every silence reminded me of Emily. Years went by. 4, to be exact. I built a new life, a new identity. People saw me as calm, composed, successful. But inside, I was still bleeding from a wound no one could see. Sometimes, late at night, I'd find myself staring at the divorce papers unsigned, still folded in the same envelope she never sent back. Then, one stormy night, as lightning lit up the city, someone knocked on my door. 3 sharp knocks, hesitant but familiar. My heart skipped. I opened the door, and there she was. Emily. She looked nothing like the woman I left. Pale, thin, haunted. Her eyes, once so full of life, were now hollow, trembling with fear. She didn't say a word at first. Just stood there in the rain, clutching a small envelope in her hand. Finally, she whispered, "You need to hear the truth, Daniel, about that night, about everything." I froze. My pulse hammered in my ears. She stepped inside, dripping water on my floor, and handed me the envelope. It was a DNA test. My hands shook as I stared at it. "What is this?" I asked, my voice cracking. Her eyes filled with tears. "It's about our son," she said softly. I blinked. "Our son?" She nodded. "The one you never knew about." My world tilted. I couldn't breathe. I didn't even know she had been pregnant. Then she said something that made my knees almost give out. Everything you thought you knew was a lie I had to tell to keep you alive. The storm outside roared louder, thunder echoing through the night. I looked at her, trying to process everything: the betrayal, the guilt, the confusion. Her hands were trembling as she whispered again, almost to herself. They were watching us even then, and now they found me. Before I could speak, she turned toward the door, her eyes wide with fear. But before I could ask what she meant, the lights started flickering. Thunder rolled outside. Emily looked terrified and pale. She said softly, "Daniel, they know I am here." My heart was racing. I asked, "Who are they?" She took a deep breath and said, "The company I worked for, Biogenics." They were not just studying DNA. They were cloning it, using samples from us. From you. I stood frozen. I could barely breathe. She continued, "They created a child. Our child. When I found out, they threatened me. I had to protect you. That is why I made you believe I cheated. I needed you to disappear." Her words hit me like knives. I asked, "You destroyed our marriage to save me." She nodded slowly, crying. "They said if I told anyone, they would erase you. I could not risk it." I looked at the envelope she had brought. My voice was shaking. "What is this?" She said, "Proof. Proof of our son." My hands trembled as I opened it. It was a DNA test report. Subject Aiden Walker. Genetic match 99.9%. Father Daniel Walker. I whispered, "Aiden. He is real." Emily nodded. "He is 8 years old now. They have been raising him as part of their experiment. I escaped once, but they are moving him tonight. I came back for you." Before I could say anything, the sound of tires screeching filled the air. Headlights flashed through the window. Emily whispered in fear, "They found me." The door crashed open. A man dressed in black entered with a gun. "Step away from her," he yelled. Emily screamed. I jumped at him. The gun fired. The bullet grazed her arm. She fell to the ground. I hit the man until he stopped moving. Then I saw Emily. She had picked up the gun and was pointing it at me. "Emily, what are you doing?" I asked. Her hands were shaking. Her voice cracked. "They have Aiden. They said if I do not bring you in, they will kill him." I took a step forward and said, "We can save him together." She whispered, "There is no together anymore." For a moment, there was silence. Only rain, thunder, and our broken hearts. Then she handed me a small flash drive and said, "Everything you need to expose them is here. Promise me you will find him." I tried to stop her, but she ran to the window, fired 2 shots to create confusion, and disappeared into the storm. I shouted her name again and again. Then an explosion shook the street. A car burst into flames. The blast threw me to the ground. When the smoke cleared, there was nothing left but ashes. I looked at the flash drive, still in my hand. A label on it said, "Aiden, Project Echo." I dropped to my knees in the rain. The woman I thought had betrayed me died saving me. And the son I never knew existed was still out there. Now I have only one purpose: to find the truth that destroyed us both. Trust began this story, and trust ended it.